Had to move my stack of one, so Alpha movie review.
Kush's movie review.
This week's Cush's movie review is The Exorcism. Well, I did come up with a funny thing to say, but I've just forgotten it. Kush, how is this movie?
That will happen, and I'm glad you acknowledged it and owned it, man. You know what? So this movie is okay. We're talking about The Exorcism. That's not to be confused with The Exorcist, and is definitely not to be confused with Russell Crowe's The Pope's Exorcist, but does star Russell Crowe.
Wait,
We'll
so
get
they're
a little
not
more of that.
connected, those movies?
They are not. None
What?
of there's maybe a loose connection between this and The Exorcist. I'll get into that in a little bit here.
So,
Um,
so the two Russell Crowe movies that feature
Came out
exorcisms
back to
are
back. Like he
not,
didn't do a movie in between this. Like he did The Pope's Exorcist and then he did The Exorcism.
and they're not
Not
connected.
related. It's
Wow.
like Michael J. Fox did Back to the Future 3 and then also did whatever time travel movie insert here right after that.
Well, I'm very disappointed, but there you go.
It's a little confusing. I don't know if it's disappointing. It is a little confusing though. Um, but it happened. No, it's fine. It's a good movie. I didn't mind it. I don't know if I can recommend it, but we'll get into that in a minute here. So this is still rated R. We're talking about demons and possession and all that little shit. It is kind of a slow 95 minutes. I was excited to see this was only 95 minutes, but it was kind of slow for 95 minutes. I'm not saying you should have removed anything, but do something different. I don't know. I don't know. This is directed by a man named Joshua John Miller. He's actually been kind of a part-time actor. He was in movies like Class in 1999, a couple other things I'm obviously mistaken here. He's done some other directing, but not much. He wrote this, but he also wrote this with a gentleman named M.A. 14, um, Fortin. So 14, 14. Anyway, I just didn't want to get anyone confused. Like I said, it stars Mr. Russell Crowe. The lady playing his daughter is Miss Ryan Simpkins. And then from the TV series Frasier, David Hyde Pierce, who is quietly the hero in this movie.
Oh,
It's crazy. Like, yeah, the only top billing is Russell Crowe for obvious reasons, but there's a bunch of other people in this.
Niles is in it,
Um,
huh?
yes, Niles is in this and does a great goddamn job. And I'm just like, oh, is that your real hair? Or do they literally like make you look like you've only got like 4 or 5 strands of hair on your head, man? Like, what's happening here? Again, he just shows up at some point, but then he carries most of the film, in my opinion. Here, a lot of focus is on Russell Crowe and the relationship with his daughter. They're obviously estranged. He is an actor that is replacing a character that Sam Worthington, not Sam Worthington, excuse me, the guy who played Nathan Petrelli in the TV series Heroes. Did you see that, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Nathan Petrelli, the brother who's running for Senate. I forget his name here. I'm sorry, sir. Um, right away, he dies rehearsing on set. So something's wrong with the set. The project is possibly cursed. It's that usual thing, and they bring that up in the movie, like Poltergeist, the original Exorcist, a couple other films where it's like, yeah, The Crow, just things went horrible the entire time where people ended up dying. Anyways, um, the movie Russell Crowe is working on is, in theory, supposed to be a remake of William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist. But they can't mention that. They like go all the way in there and then they pull back. But anyways, Russell Crowe, he's got an ill past. He's abused narcotics. He's abused a lot of alcohol. again. Where his wife is, no one knows if she's even alive, whatever, whatever. But his daughter, she's estranged. She was in a boarding school and then ultimately on the risk of expulsion, but is definitely suspended for vandalizing a teacher's car because of something. Um, anyways, films I thought start off very strong and then just kind of meanders. Again, David Hyde Pierce comes in, and when he has to interject and put his energy into the film, like he kills it. It's one of those things where like, oh man, I want to see more Niles in some movies like this. Like he ultimately plays the hero. It's fair to call this The Exorcist behind The Exorcist. I don't know if I really can get into too much more than that. And there's really not much more to explore than that. You know, eventually the devil fully possesses Russell Crowe, and then just he says a bunch of raunchy shit to his 15-year-old daughter. It gets uncomfortable. That's what a possession movie is, etc., etc., etc. I wanted to like this. The Pope's Exorcist, currently available on next Netflix, way more entertaining because of Russell Crowe. This is a I wasn't bored, but it was again a very long 95 minutes. And we talk about movies that are 3 hours long these days. However, I should give it a two, but I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, The Exorcism, rated R.
I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
3 out of 5. I'm kind of really disappointed that it's not. I honestly thought this was kind of some kind of either a prequel or a sequel to the Pope's Exorcism, whatever it was called.
The best thing about my experience was I was the only one in the theater on a Monday morning afternoon matinee. Oh, excuse me, Monday morning. A Monday morning 11 a.m. Matinee.
You know it's a good movie when you say the best part of the movie was I was alone while I was watching it.
Yeah. No, this would best definitely be better on Netflix. But yeah, I don't know if he filmed this one before the other one, but yeah, again, it's very weird that he did the same genre twice in a row. Like it's
Mm.
very similar plots, even, but still,
Even the posters like give the same vibe.
right? It's a little confusing. If you don't know, it's a little confusing
If you don't know, now you know.
because the Pope's Exorcist actually promised us possibly 200 sequels.
Ugh.
They had the Pope's Exorcist did its thing, and then it kind of went to Avengers mode right at the tail end. And they're like, we have discovered there's a 200 possible locations of where exorcisms could happen. And you're like, oh my God, if they give us 200 more of the Pope's Exorcists, I'm all in. It's weird that's not 199, but still, but still. This is not the sequel to that, though.
Bullshit.
Okay, so there we go. The Exorcism, starring Russell Crowe. 2, 2 out of 5,
3 out of 5.
three out
Three
of
out of
five,
five.
three
I
out of
still liked
five.
it. I still liked it. It was just a little slow.
A little slow. 3 out of 5. Check it out at your local movie theater, or wait for it to come out
Yeah.
on some streaming platform.
Next week, we will have a review for Beverly Hills Cop 4. I refuse to call
Ooh.
it Axel F.
Yeah, what's up with that? What's up with that?
Goddamn, who knows? They're
Because
trying to do nostalgia, but no one knows that song as Axel F. That's the name of the song, but no one knows that. Yeah, no one knows that thing is named Axel F, and no one cares.
at first I was thinking that maybe it's a copyright thing, but it can't be because they're using Beverly Hills Cop.
No,
So
Paramount made that movie and then sold it to Netflix. This could
yeah,
have been possibly released in theaters, but they're like, just give it to Netflix.
Beverly Hills Cop 4 would have been fantastic. I don't know. Because
Yeah, how hard
right
would it be
now,
called Beverly Hills Cop 4?
if you're not familiar with the first three, because they were a while ago now, you could be fooled into thinking, well, this is the first movie. This is a movie called Beverly Hills Cop Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh,
Whereas if you
like
called it Beverly Hills Cop 4, people are
People
still
wanna-
going to watch it because it's on Netflix, and then they'll go, wait a minute, this was fun. I need to search out the first 3, and then you'll make more money. I don't know why. There's no negative to making this calling this Beverly Hills Cop 4.
the most shocking thing is that I'm actually looking forward to it. In
Me
fact, I
too.
watched Beverly Hills Cop 2 last night on Netflix, and I was just like, okay, I'm ready.
What's
I
the
want
one
to
where
see
they
part
go?
4.
Speaking of for other segments that you can check out, go to on YouTube or enjoywafflebox.com. What's that one when they go to the strip club? Is that 1 or 2? It's 2, right?
It's in 1 and 2.
What's the no? I think the one I'm thinking of is the one which stars Ivan Drago's trainer.
Okay,
That's
so that's
2.
part 2.
That is part 2. Fantastic.
She's
So,
not
yeah,
at the strip club though.
no, but they go to a strip club and then they
Mhm.
venture
Yeah.
on and
Brigitte Nielsen is
at
in Beverly
the
Hills Cop
race,
2.
the horse racing place.
That's a
where they
great
find her.
scene.
It is a great scene. And he's like, they find all the big. Anyway, that's next week, and this is going to be one of those
Maybe I should do
rare.
Beverly Hills Cop 2 review.
Maybe this is going to be one of those very rare, beautiful moments where me and Kush have actually both watched a movie when we reviewed a movie, because I am going to be watching shit out of that. So there we go. The Exorcism 3 out of 5. Beverly Hills Cop 4 next week. See you then.
That's all, folks.
Play me off, Johnny.